Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching this video from and when you're watching this video. My name is Elzenitho, and today we are going to be doing something very simple and also very interesting. So, last week I shared on my Instagram reel as to what people would love me to like work on my next tutorial, and so like majority of my followers chose a tutorial video on superhero creation, like you turning yourself into a superhero, and yeah, so basically that's what we're going to be doing today. Now to do that, first you need to know what superhero you love to cosplay, and secondly you need to know where you can get images of such superhero. And another thing you need to also understand is, depending on the image you get, you need to take a picture pose of yourself or of whatever subject you want to use, and that picture must correlate. It must the perspective must be the same, and you don't want a situation by your character that's probably, let's say, Superman. The character is like standing facing the camera, and the person you want to put in is probably tilting his head. It won't really flow well, and it's going to require a lot of editing to like correct that. So it's best to pick a pose that tallies with wherever you are working with. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. So for this tutorial, I'm going to be using Superman as a character, as a superhero. Then I'm going to be using, I already downloaded a picture of a Nigerian celeb, Kunle Afolayan. And yeah, so but before then, I'm going to share with you how I get my resources, right? So for example, like I said, we are working with Superman, and if you want to like get images of Superman, you can go to pngwing.com, and all you just need to do is just type in Superman. And the interesting part of this is you'll be able to like get the PNG version of Superman. Like look at this particular one. This one is really really dope, right? It's really really dope. And you can just, I mean, depending on, look at this one, you can just pick this, download it, and put the head and put whatever character you want to put. So whichever character, look at this one. This one too is very very dope. So like you can, like I was saying the other time, it's your character or your subject must tally with the image you want to download. So if I'm going to select this one, if I'm going to download this, definitely my subject must be facing directly um, to the camera, so that it's easy for me to like replace the head and place it in the design. So yeah, you can use PNG Wing. You can also use Pinterest. I know it might sound very funny, but as much as it is an inspirational site, it's also a site that has a lot of images. So you can just search for Superman, and just you'll be able to like get several look at several images of Superman that you can like edit. And what we're just looking for is an image that we can easily like edit, take off the head, put in the head of our character, that kind of, it's a very very simple photo manipulation. So yeah, that being said, right, we are going to go to Photoshop, open a new document. So let's just work with 3000 by 3500, and for pixels, as usual, for resolution, I mean 300 pixels per inch. Our background, we leave it as white. So it's going to be a very very simple and straightforward tutorial. So I downloaded the image or the images or the resources I'm going to use. So I downloaded this from Pinterest. This is a very nice costume of Superman. It's not so high quality, but I mean it's just what I need. Now you would notice that this doesn't have the hand, it doesn't have the head, so it's easy for me to place an head or a head in this character, in this subject. So, but I have to get a fist that I can put into this design as well. So this is the image of the Nigerian celeb I got, Kulia for Lion. For Nigerians who definitely know who this is. And then I got this image from Free and the idea is to like take out this fist and place it to the fist, and that's basically what we're going to do. So very, very simple. Let's just jump right into it. Now before we go on, this particular image, I love the background. Like I love the color of the background, so I want it to, I'm not going to be like doing so much on the background for the Superman. I just want a very plain solid color with a bit of, you know, backlight kind of. So I'm going to just drag this in to pick the color. So let's just first drag this in, then pick the color. Where's our color picker? So yeah, after picking it, then you can then you can delete this. So what you want to do is come to your adjustment layer, select solid color, and it automatically picks your foreground color. And you know, I just want this color, very simple and nice. Then what you just do is your Superman body, you're going to open it in a new layer or in a new page. So what you want to do is just select it. So to make things easy, just come to filter, subject, and you wait for the AI to work its magic. All right, it's done. So let's just zoom in to properly select those parts that were not selected well, and those parts that were selected that we do not need, we take them off as well. So also what we can do is we can introduce, since I mean it's Nigerian related, we can just add a bit of a fizzy to it. Instead of it being Superman or something, we can just make it like a Nollywood Superman or something, like, you know, just add a bit of touch to it so that it has a little bit of originality. All right. I don't spend so much time selecting. That's not what I get to do. So I also downloaded an image of the Superman cloak. So we're going to also edit that as well. So yeah, after selecting this, just click select and mask so that we can properly refine the edges. You know, so I'm going to increase the contrast. I'm going to smoothen it out, just like so. The edge, I'm going to like add that, then press OK. So after doing that, we apply the layer mask and you drag just the costume into. You can see this is it here. So just increase the size like so. All right, so now we have Superman costume. Look, it looks good already because the background is just dope. So let's just call this Superman. You can close down this one. Now the next thing I want to do is work on the edge. Very, very simple and straightforward tutorial. So just open this character as well, and what you want to do is you want to select the edge. So to properly select that, I'm going to just use my quick selection tool. Just play around, select exactly, just simple selection like that. And after doing that, you can go to select and mask. Anyways, like I said, it's not going to be a detailed design. I want to just show you the basics. So yeah, after doing that, you can bring in your edge or the edge of the character, and you can see that the head is not aligned, like it's facing this side, the body is facing this side. So all you just need to do before you do anything, just change the name to head. So go to your edit, transform, and you flip horizontally. Now it is facing the correct side. Then you can properly place it. You can see now it looks very funny. I mean, some people would leave it like this to form a kind of like a fun design kind of, but we want it to look at least presentable. So yeah, we're going to reduce it. And now this is where your knowledge of anatomy comes to play. You need to understand the size of the head in relations to the body, or else you might end up having a design that doesn't look proper. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So as it is, I mean, the head looks okay, but it still looks smaller than normal. It looks bigger now, smaller. Okay, now it seems perfect like this. Yeah. So understanding the size of the body, your head, in relation to your hand and the body and all those things would help you to properly place the body. So yeah, it looks yeah, it looks a bit like that. Yeah, exactly. So now that we have the head, let's zoom in. Now you can see that there are a bit of stuff we need to work around here. Before we continue, let's just save it as Kule Afolayan as Superman. All right. Yeah, save. So this is where we want the head to stay in. So to do that, what we just do is we are going to select this part just like so. So we're just going to cut off this part. Excuse me. We're going to cut off this part, and then the head can come in to the back just like so. Now you see this other part will still come up. So but just watch what I want to do. You duplicate the head and take it up so that the beards can still show. Now two things, the one at the top, the head at the top, we are going to, all we need is the beard part of it. Why the one at the bottom, it's like the original head. So the one at the bottom is what we're going to like extend the neck. You can see that the neck is still showing, so we're going to extend it using our there's this two I'm going to show you. So yeah, let's work with the first one, the one at the top. So this, we are going to open a layer mask, take our brush tool, reduce the size of the brush, and brush across those parts you don't want to show. Just brush across just like so. Yeah. So all we are interested in is ensuring that the head, the beard is above the clothes. Then you can now turn on your original, like the original head layer. So for this original head layer, let's save the original head layer. We can come to filter, liquify. So with liquify, we can now like create another set of neck for it, kind of. But you get what I'm saying. So let's just zoom in properly. So using this tool called forward walk tool, you can increase it slightly and start creating an extra neck for him, just like so. Most times when I do this, my Photoshop usually crash. I just hope it doesn't misbehave this time. Now you can just play around this because we already have another part of the head just above the cloth. So yeah, let's just save this and hope it works. Exactly. So I will have to just pause this and All right, so we are back. So yeah, what we want to do is we want to extend the neck region down to cover up this part. So to do that, right, what we want to do is we are going to turn off all these ones. We want to select just a little bit of this part, just slightly, and you Control J to like duplicate it into a new layer. Now after doing that, turn on the rest. So let's call this new layer skin, and if you drag it across, you can see that it's draggable. So all I want to do is just increase it slightly. I want to just increase it slightly. Just watch what I want to do, because normally we're supposed to liquify, but our liquify is currently not working. So now the next thing we want to do then is to use our warp tool. So go to your edit, transform, and you see your warp tool, and what you want to do is just warp around, just place it properly to the neck region. So you have something that shows that here. All right, so now I have the neck. Okay, so having done that, the next thing you want to then do is add a bit of, if you're wearing a clothes and your neck, there should be a kind of a shadow between your head, between this side and your whatever this is. So yeah, we're going to add shadow to that. So create a new layer, call it shadow. Right click and create clipping marks so that it can be attached to the skin. Then change this to black. Then take your brush to reduce the size of the brush. Ensure that the opacity is 100. Then just brush around like so. Just brush around. After brushing around, then you can come down to multiply, then reduce the opacity, just like so. The idea is to just have it like a little bit dark and not necessarily black, just a little bit dark. You can see that this is not affecting the top region. So for the top region as well, create shadow, clip it to this to the top region of the head. Then apply your black. Just apply the black like that. Then you can reduce slightly like so. Just play around it. It's just for the fun of it, just play around it. So yeah, we now have this handsome black Superman, right? The next thing we want to do is add the fist. So we'll come down to this, open it as a new page, open it in a new page. All we just need is the fist. So yeah, let's pick this first one. So we're just going to use our quick selection tool to just select quickly. All right, let's say I'm satisfied with this selection. Even if I'm not satisfied, like I said, it's just a quick tutorial. So anyways, yeah, I'm satisfied with this. So what I can just do is let me just move this part. I can just Control J to extract this selection and place it in a new layer. So Control J, and we have our hand. We can bring it in here. Let's change the name to hand. Now what we want to do is properly place it and edit. So edit, transform, vertical. So vertical, I think let's flip it horizontally to see. We just need to know, we'll just try our best to see which works. Let's flip it back. This does not work. Doesn't look like a hand. Flip it. Okay. All right, so this does not work at all, and I mean, it looks very strange, very strange. We need it to, no. Anyways, so what we can do is we are going to search online for a better hand, and I'm going to just quickly pause. So, all right. I was able to get this particular one, so let's just open it. So I'll just pick the hand. This time I will not, let's just select. I was trying to make sure I get a black person's hand, but as it is, I just need to go with a Superman kind of hand. So yeah. All right, so Ctrl J as usual. Let's bring this in. Increase. At the end of the day, I'll have to adjust the shirts, the clothes, but because as it is, it looks good already. Like this hand looks good already. Just need to adjust the shirts, the clothes. So to do that, let's duplicate the Superman itself, just in case we need it for another time. All right, so this particular Superman body, just cut out the parts that we feel is protruding too much. So just cut out this part. Let's rename this as hand. So if we are certain that this is the hand that we are going for, and this is the size, let's increase the size. Yeah, this is the size we're going for. Yeah, it looks like it, right? So we can bring it just underneath, like so, exactly. So what we want to then do is selecting the Superman, come down to what's it called, a battery. All right, so like I was saying, pick this tool. It's called smudge tool, and what you want to do, you can just exactly just adjust it. There are better ways to do this, but I'm working with time. So the other ways, the best way is to actually use your warp tool, right? To use your warp tool, but since it's just a minor this thing, so yeah, just let's leave that as it is. So we're going to also go to the other side of the hand and cut out the part we do not need, which is this part, because it's giving a vibe that we do not want. So yeah, this is the hand. Let's duplicate, take it to the other side, then flip horizontally and tilt like so. Flip like so, exactly. So yeah, let's just work with this. And what we can then do as well is select the clothes and your smudge, and just smudge across like this, just like so. Yeah. All right, now that we are done with the two hand so let's just group the two hand. So all we can just do is, instead of just grouping it, I mean, we can just merge it since we are not doing so much. But before we merge, let's just group it, call it and duplicate it, Ctrl J, and merge this one so it is just together, because we need to change the color. Now, to change the color, there are several ways to change the color so it can fit the black. One way is to select a solid color, choose the dark version, the darkest part of the skin, and create pupil marks, then test it, just keep testing. So I'm going to use soft light. Then after then you add brightness and contrast, then you reduce your brightness, reduce your contrast as well. So what else can you add? Let's add hue and saturation, reduce the lightness here, so that it just has, it doesn't have to be perfect, right? Because but it's good to go. All right, so yeah, now that we have this, we have our black Superman ready to rumble. So the next thing we want to then do is we just want to add finishing touches to it. And like I said, we want Superman to be unique to Nigerian culture, kind of like the vibe now. So to do that, you can just select our Superman, create go to your adjustment layer, choose hue and saturation, clip it to this and play around the color. So we want a dark shade, but this blue or the purple, let's see what we can play with. Let's go to magenta and just play around that. Okay, it's also not giving the same vibe. All right, so all we can do is this. After selecting it, since we see that okay, it's not giving the vibe we want, you can just select the Superman and just select those, the parts that you actually want to edit, which is the S, right? Just like so. After selecting the S, we will also come down and select the boots, just like so. Right, so alright, so yeah, we've selected the parts that we want to adjust. So you can then separately go to okay, you can just select this, the marks, and just press delete. Oh, make sure it is switched to white and press delete, so it's automatically clear out so it will like clear out those selection from the hue and saturation. So yeah, because we want it to retain the red while still having the green. I know it's color riot, but I mean it's going to be dope like that. So let's save our work. We are almost done. And finally, if we want to, you can then add a cloak to it. This is the cloak that we had. Just add this. Select color range, selecting the white. Inverse the selection and Ctrl J so it can stand alone. Yeah, so let's drag it in and see if it will work out. You can delete all these ones. So cloak, let's see what I call this. Cloak is going to be behind, just like so. Exactly, sweet. That's the vibe we are going for. Yeah, very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. So yeah, we just turned Kulia Flyon to a black Superman. Now this red is it's too, it has too much brightness. So let's just be lazy about it and just reduce the brightness from this side, which I would advise you not to. But yeah, so yeah, this is Kulia Flyon as Superman. The next thing I want to do is select everything we have worked on. So from your head down to your shadow, select everything, group it, so that when you turn it off, you can see that, okay, yeah. Then duplicate it and merge it all. Call it Superman. This one I'm grouping them all is because, excuse me, there's a general edit we have to do for everything. So yeah, the first is first. We need to, using our blur tool, we need to blur out the edges, like I've always mentioned in all my tutorials, to give it a nice look. So just blur out all your edges like so. It's a very simple tutorial, and I believe with this knowledge you'll be able to like turn yourself to whatsoever character you want to turn yourself to. So yeah, we're going to blur these edges, just blur out everything. Like I used to say, the reason why we're blurring the edges, when you take a screenshot, when you take a snapshot with your phone, as much as it's detailed, like you're seeing yourself, if you zoom in, you would not be able to tell the difference between your edge, that's the edge of your skin, with the background, because it will be blended together so much that it shows that it's a real image. And that's the effect we are going with. And I learned this from one of my guys in photo manipulation, Rex Posters. For those that don't know him, please check him out. He's an amazing, he does movie posters design, and I'm telling you, this guy is amazing. So yeah, I most times I just scroll through his page and just see what he's doing. I'm like, oh my god. So there's a particular time he shared a tutorial, some tutorial videos, and in one of the tutorial video he was explaining how to, you know, how to blend images well. And so that's like where I learned the cheat code. And yeah, and I've always been using it ever since, and it makes my work very, very neat because you won't be able to tell if it's in a different background. I mean, there are some days where I have whack designs because we are always learning, but you know, there are certain cheat code we would always use that will make your work always turn out no matter how poor it is. So this is one of the code. So yeah, shout out to Rex Posters boss. Someone else you can also check out is Xenos Concept. Xenos is an amazing designer. He uses Photoshop and Premiere Pro and After Effects. The guy is like something else. I have a lot of um, design prodigies that you can follow. Just if you check out my page, you can check out those I follow. They are very, very amazing people. So yeah, this is what we have. Next thing is create the shadow as usual. So there are going to be several shadows that we're going to be creating. The first one is the generic shadow. Somebody is standing, and they have to be a form of a plane, kind of, yeah, form of a plane. So just dab out something, then take your transform tool and just, this is a lazy way to do it, but yeah. So yeah, multiply. Where's my eraser to just brush out this edge? Oh my god. Ensure your hardness is 0. Just brush out this edges. And if you want, you might just keep this one. If you want, you might just keep it because I just feel, oh, I don't need this. I just want to have this kind of effect that something's on the ground, as well as the plane itself, plane shadow. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Sorry. So it's very dark. It's late here, so I'm just going to zoom out like this. Don't mind trying to kill the fly. I'm going to get it. Alright, and lastly, if the light is coming from the front, the shadow will go to the back. If the light is coming from the back, the shadow will go to the front. So looking at this, you would see that the light is coming from this side. So we want our shadow to go to this side. So let's create this. We are going to change it to black totally. And we are going to flip it vertically. Yeah. Then we take our 2 distorts. That's why I like using it, because it makes work easy for me. So just distort it just like so. I'm going to reduce the size slightly. Just watch what I'm trying to do. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create a shadow. Yeah, exactly like this. All right. So yeah, wait. No, if the light is coming from this side, that's from the front, it's going to show. It's going to be at the back. What am I doing? Pardon me. It's going to be at the back, not at the front. It's going to be at the back, like so. Yeah, something like this is going to be. Shadow is one thing I'm still learning, to be honest. Like it's something you keep learning, even when you claim to be a mid designer, or you just have to keep learning it. So yeah, I'm going to just work with this, and I'm going to filter Gaussian blur just to blur it out. Mustn't lose this. Yeah. Then let's multiply. If you don't want to multiply, you want to overlay. That's good, but I prefer multiply because it retains the dark shade. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, this is basically a simple tutorial on turning yourself into any superhero you want, and play around it, and share with me as well. Let me see what you are able to create. I'm still going to add a little bit of effect just after this. Right. So it looks like at least his legs are actually standing on something. All right. So this is where we are going to stop. Is there anything I would like to add? Let me see. Yeah, we can add a glow. Just bring in a glow. Just bam. Just make it something like so. So it looks more realistic. Now, because we are adding a glow to that side, let's add our light and brightness. So lights, clip, take our brush, reduce the size of our brush. Don't be scared to spend time on your design, and that's one thing I learned very late. You don't need to rush your design, so spend time creating it, editing, adding, subtracting, although it can't be perfect, right? But when a professional sees it, they'll be like, oh yeah, I like this kind of, and as well as the darkness or the shadow or whatever it is you're calling it, which is black. That's right. So So yeah, we have this, light and shadow give realism, so that's basically what I'm going for. So overlay, turn it up, you can see the difference. And for this soft light, and turn it up, you can see the difference. Yeah. And so yeah, basically, gentlemen, ladies, this is player flying as Superman. And lastly, my signature and Elzenitho manipulation. All right, let's make it. Okay, you can make it like this color. But it's too bold. So let us swap it. Yeah. I don't want it to be too sometimes I don't like putting my face out there. So to properly get it, just select the first one, which is your text, select the last thing there using holding control, and come down, you come up here, you see this. It's properly centralize your text for you. And so yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is Kunle Afolayan. Yeah, let me even add his name, sorry. Let me add his name. And this one we're going to be working with bold. Kunle Afolayan. An amazing movie producer, the best in Nigeria, if I can say that. Then Afolayan comes here. Afolayan. Yeah, so basically, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. And if you want to add your final touches, color lookup and the rest, you are free to do that. So yeah, thank you very much for coming to my little pep talk. So yeah, if you'd like to see more of this, please give me a like, subscribe, and also comment. And also I would love you to share ideas on what you would want me to work on next. So yeah, thank you very much for staying tuned. Catch you later.